Hey guys, Spray and Pray here, and today we're going to be looking at some more airsoft stuff on my channel. Specifically, it's going to be the Infinity Core Storm Suppressor. It's a really cool, aggressive-looking suppressor. It's definitely not circle, or a tube rather, and it's going to pretty much make your gun very unique just by putting it on there in the first place. It looks great on a bunch of M4 platforms. You can check it out on my Classic Army M4 right now, as well as my ACR, and then you can also see my other ACR with the MSK handguard where I have this like inside of the handguard a little bit. I did have to modify the suppressor a bit for it to fit like that, but I think it definitely looks very awesome and it's really cool looking, so I like it. The first pro to this suppressor is that it's really beefy. This thing is built like a tank. As you can see, it's pretty much 100% solid aluminum. They just drilled out both ends of it just to make it, be able to fit the barrel inside or shoot BBs out of. And that's like, it's so solid that I'm pretty sure you could like run it over with a car and it'd still be fine. It's really great. And even though it's pretty beefy, the mounting system is just so ingenious. I know there's a couple other suppressors out there that sort of solve this issue, but the way that it works is you put this on the end of your barrel first, and so once you screw this on, then you mount the actual suppressor onto it using this hex key on the bottom. You tighten that hex key down, and it'll make sure that the barrel, like the suppressor, doesn't go anywhere. And you can actually customize whether or not, you can have it so that it's exactly straight up and down, so you can finally have a suppressor with the words the right way up. As you can see on my other guns, the suppressor is like upside down and you can never read the words. It's really annoying. I'm glad that this suppressor, especially because of its more rectangular shape, has found a way to kind of circumvent that issue by allowing you to mount it onto this, and then you have it in any direction you want. That's a really great idea. I love it. The next best thing about this gun, or the suppressor, is that it is made in the United States of America. As you can see here on the labeling, if my camera would ever focus. Is it going to focus? There we go. Look at that. Made in the USA. So they will not let you forget that it is made in the USA. When they send it to you, it's going to come with a gazillion stickers on the outside of the box and inside the box saying that it was made in the USA. It comes with a nice, surprisingly metric hex key. I'm assuming that this is done just because most airsoft guns are metric, so they're just kind of catering to us there. However, I'm actually surprised that it's not, imperial units, which is kind of weird. Anyways, it's really great looking. I love the way that it looks. It's just beautiful. The owner of Infinity Core actually had to contact me because when I made my order for this, for some reason they didn't get my shipping address. So I sent him my shipping address in an email, and then we also chatted a little bit. And he seemed like a really great guy, and they're always looking for feedback on these suppressors and how they can make them better, which is just a great thing to see in a company because, it's one thing for them to have a great product. It's completely another thing if they're going to accept positive or constructive feedback and make their products even better than they already are, which is definitely what this company is doing. So please, if you are going to purchase one of these, you're definitely free to send your compliments or ways that they could do better to this guy. He is really nice and very open to, making things better for like these suppressors because they're really cool already. But I could see there's a few things about it that maybe could be a little bit better. The other things, just to wrap up the sort of like, oh, how awesome this suppressor is, are the trademarks on the side. They're beautifully, they're not engraved into the thing. I think they're like etched or lasers on, I don't know. But it does come with its own individual serial number, and they do look really sweet on your gun. Now, so this is sort of a like middle ground. It's not really a pro, not really a con. It does not suppress your gun, as you can see here with this, my Classic Army M4. It doesn't really do anything to suppress the noise of the gun. Now, that's one, because it's a hollow suppressor, there's no foam or anything in it, and two, because AEGs, by and large, all the noise is really not made at the end of the barrel. The noise is made in the gearbox. As you can hear, like the gearbox slapping is what is the main producer of noise, so a suppressor isn't really going to help you fix that. However, for like HPA guns and stuff like that, where the barrel is really all the source of the noise, then this suppressor will make it probably maybe a little bit louder just because it'll echo. You could put some foam in there just a little bit, but there's not very much room to do so. So it's not going to suppress, which is good though, because the ATF, if you have a suppressor that actually suppresses, that's illegal. Unless you have like a license, and then the suppressor has to be like individual serialized or some bullshit like that, and you have to have a bunch of paperwork. So it's actually nice that doesn't silence, because then you don't have the ATF up your ass. Now, there's only really, after, pretty much playing with this suppressor and using it and putting it on all the guns and stuff, I've only found pretty much one drawback, and that's that it's really heavy. Now, that's pretty much, it could be a pro or con depending on your opinion. I think it's a pro in the fact that it's going to be very durable and you're never going to break it or anything like that. So that's really nice. The only thing is that it's really heavy on the front of your gun, and especially if you have a longer barrel, that's just going to exacerbate the issue, and you're going to have a lot of a tougher time trying to keep your barrel swinging it around, because it's going to be a little bit heavier. Now, the way that I have it set up on my MSK ACR is so that I can try to negate those issues by having the barrel short and having the suppressor as close to the center of gravity of the gun as possible, as well as I have a heavier stock. So I don't really notice the heavier weight. However, if you're going to try to put this on a pistol or on some gun where you have an insanely long barrel, you may end up, being like, it's going to be really heavy on the end of that long barrel. So just be prepared for that. It can be a pro for some people. I know that people they really like the realism side of airsoft. So if you're looking for a suppressor that's going to increase the realism of your gun, I guess this one will make it heavier, so it'll be more realistic, especially if you have a plastic body gun. This will make it more, maybe along the lines of an actual, it'll make it heavier, so it'll be more realistic, I guess. But anyway, that kind of wraps it up for the Storm Suppressor here. This thing is beautiful, like I said. It mounts on fantastically easy, comes with its own nice metric Allen key, which is weird because it's made in America. And I can't say enough about how good it looks. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to Infinity Core for making this product in the first place and being such a nice company. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Spray and pray out.